Predators come, lions, leopards, hyenas, they'll take it from him. Not only will they take his kill from him, if he's sleeping next to it and he doesn't wake up soon enough, they'll grab him and they'll kill him. So for him to lie around next to an open carcass is basically using himself as bait. Basically, he's lying next to something that's going to attract an animal that's going to kill him. So he will eat as much as he can now, and he'll leave this. He'll move far away from here so that he's lying in a place that's not going to attract other large predators which would take him out. Compared to the area that we're going to look for the leopard later, I think you guys will be able to do the comparison, the difference between habitats. They might both have spots, but they are completely different animals.
Looks quite big.
He is, yeah. He's an adult male cheetah. They're quite tall, but they're not very heavy. Their muscles are like wires almost. You know, like a mixture between rubber and wire. It's immensely strong muscles, but not bulky like a lion. You can hear that sound off to our right. That's an alarm call of an impala, and that may well be the mother of this little one. It's the way it works. I mean, there's lots of grass, fewer impala, lots of impala compared to fewer cheetah. So, you know, they just have to kill these animals. Your large cats cannot eat anything else except meat. They're not like dogs or jackals that have still molars that can grind. These guys don't have, their molars have disappeared, their premolars even have changed into something called carnassials, which are used for shearing meat, sinew, cartilage. That noise is the alarm call of that female impala that's standing up in the bushes there, who's probably the mother.
The noise, it sounds like an elephant.
Sound like trumpeting coming from behind us. That one. Is that somebody's stomach? But it's good to keep your ears open. We're in a nice open area, which means we will see wolf animals coming. Seeing cheetahs is one thing. Seeing them on foot, on a kill, not more than, 20 meters or even less. The way I know it's an impala is impala's the only animal with a metatarsal gland, which if you see as he's chewing, there's a little leg going up and down. It's got a black tuft of fur on it. So that is definitely an impala. The time of plenty for impalas and herbivores because of all the rain that we should be getting. We had quite a good little spell of rain, nice thunderstorm a while ago, so all the grass is green, and that's why they have their babies now. It's also then the time of plenty for these guys, because these babies are just so easy to catch, well, compared to an adult. So there's never been an animal as fast as this. No dinosaurs were as fast, no prehistoric animals. And to think there are only 20,000 of these left. And that's got largely to do with hunting them and killing them, because they go for domestic animals like goats and sheep. It really would be irresponsible on our side to allow them to be wiped off this planet. You know, it's been millions of years to perfect this design. Everything about this cheetah is designed to make it a perfect killer of extremely fleet-footed smaller animals like impala, like springbok. They can't run very far. Average of chase will be about 300 meters, but they will get close to 120 kilometers an hour. Now, if you imagine trying to put your foot on the road when you've been driving on the N2, you'd break every bone in your foot. And these guys' feet take that pressure, that impact. There's a hardy-dar ibis in the background. Birds that are scared of heights, here they come. That's why they shout. Cheetahs' heads are a lot rounder than your leopard and your lion. Leopards and lions have longer muzzles. The reason their muzzles are shorter is to allow for much bigger nostrils for intake of air. Once that air gets in there, their heart and lungs are much bigger than a normal animal their size. So that enables the oxygen to get to those muscles. To go with that, as we said, a ginormous adrenal gland, much bigger than a normal animal their size. And that enables them to get that kind of hyper boost, that acceleration. But still, once they get past 200 meters, close to 300 meters, they've gone into anaerobic respiration. So their muscles are using so much energy, or creating so much energy, that even with all of those modified organs, the lungs, the heart, all of that, to give you more oxygen, they start making energy without oxygen, and that's a buildup of lactic acid. So that's poison to any body. So they've evolved to deal with that. So they've got oversized kidneys to now process those toxins. They are absolutely the Formula One car, or the superbike of the animal world. You see that stomach, eh? Was that the noise? Yeah, it's the impala. There they are. You see them running up there. They're shouting at this cheetah to A, let all the other impalas know that there's a predator here, and B, let the cheetah know that it's been seen, so it shouldn't bother actually going after them and chasing them. Yeah. Well, this has taken a long time. This is quite exceptional. There are not many places in Africa where you can sit next to a cheetah like this. As long as we remain still and stand our ground. I mean, you can see how he's staring at us like that. He's almost analyzing us. What a privilege to be accepted by that animal, and for him to allow us to come and sit here. Remember that with 20,000 of them left in the world, and I'm not saying in the wild, in the world, all of the zoos, all of the breeding programs, everything, the chances of you ever seeing a wild, free cheetah are a lot less than the chances of you winning the lottery, if you compare the number of people on our planet to the number of cheetah. For the modification of that spine, but now with that they go up to 115, 120. He's done very well. Remember, wild animals don't have anything except their bodies. That's it. We say, oh, the body is your temple, but really, with these guys it is. Doesn't have a bank account or a car or clothes or a house to go to. This is it. So when he gets food like this, he's effectively the most wealthy cheetah in the world right now. This is as good as it gets for him. He's got food. He's going to go find a place to sleep. In 3 days' time, he's going to be the poorest cheetah in the world. His stomach's going to be empty, and all of a sudden life gets very hard. Then he has to go out and find something. If he doesn't, he gets weaker. He's not as good at catching something. If it happens and continues, he can die. But they can go for more than a week without eating anything. But at the moment, life is good for him. Shame. That little impala had different plans for today. Cheetah are diurnal hunters, which means that they hunt in the daytime, which is the opposite of a lot of your other large cats. Leopards and lions are nocturnal hunters. Some of the reasons why, when you're moving at 120 kilometers an hour, you want to see where you're putting your feet. If you stand in a hole, you break your leg, you're dead. Secondly, also what it does is it reduces the competition between the other big cats, because if this was at night, your lions and your leopards would have been actively moving around looking for food, so you'd have a lot more competition. On a day like today, the lions and leopards probably are moving around because it's nice and cool, but on a hot day, he'd have more safety than if he'd hunted at night. Here comes this drizzle again. It's not so bad when you're looking at a cheetah on a kill.